what makes me exceptional in my professional life requires a certain amount of self-care. And if you understand that burning out isn't good for you, is certainly not good for your family or your career, then you can make some different choices from a place of confidence.
So true. I also love the hierarchy of needs, like the pyramid that is on your website, whereas like the bottom are like the basic needs or the well-being of all the family, and at the top of the pyramid, our, of course, self-care and interests, right? And sometimes I speak for myself. I was so exhausted that you forgot or you cannot remember what were my interests or my hobbies. What how what can I do for fun? Just for fun, because you are so busy. So true. All the things that you make us reflect and pay more attention to.
Absolutely. Well, it's probably worth noting, so at the base of the hierarchy, because I started from my own motherhood journey and trying to mix and integrate professional growth, which was really important and part of my identity, with being a hands on, loving mother. And I kept feeling like there was friction between the two. It just felt hard to do it. But the base, like as you described, are children's health and well being and milestones. And for people who might be caring for parents or caring for an adult, it's very similar. Caregiving responsibilities run very deep in our identities. But then when you get into household responsibilities, professional roles, everything in the bottom two-thirds of the hierarchy, they're all things that are like there's no finish line to them.
Mm.
They're ongoing. But somehow, like in our minds, we think, oh, well, when everything is done, right, then I'm going to train for that marathon, right, or pursue that PhD, or write that research paper, or call that friend. We perceive that there's this extra time left over at the end of the day, because when your life is, especially when you start your career, if you're earlier stage, if you don't have family responsibilities, you generally do have some discretionary time, right, outside of your work. But once you have family responsibilities, that's gone, right? That's have extra time. And then you have to get very strategic about managing things that are by definition never done, and
Mm.
understanding that and being very intentional about making time for those things at the top that feel optional, but sleep and movement and stress management and learning, that's the creative fuel, right? That's what makes us feel alive and feel connected to our identities, to the purpose in other areas of our life. And again, it doesn't end up serving us in the long term or serving our families or our employers if we let that fuel go out, right? Or if that flame goes away, and then you feel really hollow, as I have had that experience of burning out and feeling deeply disconnected from my own sense of self. And so I encourage everyone, right? If you care about your family and your career and being actively a part of both, caring for yourself is a central part of that.